A process is an organized set of activities which takes input, adds value, and produces desired output. It is a series of steps or actions that lead to a desired result or output. It is a set of common tasks that creates a product, service, process, or a plan that will satisfy a customer or group of customers. It must add value for which the customer is willing to pay. Understanding the basics of process. All organizations have a whole range of different customers, internal and external, large and small. Each organization's processes should be designed and managed in a way that meets their customers' various needs. A process is a series of steps and actions that produce an output in the form of a product or service. Ideally, each process should add value in the eyes of the customer. The process model. All work is a process, and the process is a blend of the people, equipment, method, materials, and environment. People, those working around the processes. Equipment, the various items needed to do or perform the work. Method, how the work needs to be actioned, that is, the process steps, the procedures, the tasks, and the activities involved. Materials, the things necessary to do the work. For example, the raw materials needed to make a product. Environment, the working area. Perhaps a room or surface needs to be dust-free, or where room temperature must be within defined parameters. We will now learn about the elements of a process in detail. Process is equal to middle path, or the activities between the inputs and the output. It should require standards, procedures, the people with skills and knowledge, and the equipment and facilities to perform the work. Make sure you have the right number of people working in the process, and that they have the necessary knowledge and skills. If they don't, appropriate training needs to be delivered. You need procedures too. Procedures should describe precisely how the work gets done, the method, and must be developed, agreed, appropriately documented, and kept up to date, especially in a culture of continuous improvement, where enhancements are regularly being made to the process. Importantly, they should be simple to follow and understand. Properly describing relevant standards is also sensible. They may well form part of the method, applying, for example, to regulatory requirements or service level agreements that need to be followed. Like procedures, the standards should be documented in an easily accessible manner. Equipment and facilities are needed to operate the process and need to be capable of meeting or exceeding the customer requirements. These must be appropriate from day one, located in the right place, and correctly maintained thereafter. Also, ensure that the environment is appropriate for the activity. All of your processes are likely to involve other people. Some of them probably work in your organization, your internal customers and suppliers. They are the people involved in different steps of your process. They may be members of your team or department, but could also be in other departments or functions. An internal supplier provides you with the inputs you need to start your work. For example, information, perhaps a schedule of available products, or an approved order. You are their internal customer. Knowing who the internal customers and suppliers are and how they fit into the picture is important, because together you form the end-to-end process, the value stream that ultimately provides the external customer with the service or product they are looking for. The external customer is someone outside of your organization. They look to you to meet their requirements and pay you accordingly. Now consider the figure on the screen. Department A produces output for Department B, which produces output for Department C, which provides the answer to an external customer inquiry. Each of these departments is involved in the process and needs to understand the objectives of the big process. Internal customers and suppliers must understand their relationship and their different roles. If they don't, the external customers will experience poor service. The very people who should be viewed as the most important because they are paying an organization for the services or products they provide. Even if you're not directly dealing with the external customer, you're quite likely to be dealing with someone who is. So, understanding the bigger picture is important, and meeting the requirements of your internal customers could well be the key to successfully meeting the external customers' CTQs.